problem is your game is only good at Dove Park. It doesn't travel. You can't take your game away from Dove Park. If we get off Dove Park, your game is boo-boo. What's up, Full Ride Nation? I'm back with another one. First of all, I want to give a shout out to a couple of people here. First of all, Zay, I want to appreciate you putting a comment down. I really do appreciate it. Keep watching the videos. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I also want to give a shout out to Mario. Today's question, well, it's really more of a conversation piece. It comes from Mario out in Indiana. He's got two daughters who play basketball. You guys need to go check them out. I'm going to give you the Twitter handle, so you guys go check him out. Mario's doing some really good things out there with his daughters. Go check out Jordan Scott at Scott M. Jordan on Twitter, and go check out Jaden Scott at Jaden M. Scott on Twitter. So when I come back, you know the drill. We're going to talk about what it's going to take. Oh, but I'm sorry. Before we move forward, for those of you, this is your first time watching, I'm Christopher, former Division I basketball player, walked on junior college, played Division II, and walked on and started on the Division I basketball team. I'm grateful to have been a part of the greatest basketball team in FAU history, the 2002 Florida Atlantic Isles that made it to the NCAA tournament. So I give my perspective. People ask questions. I give real answers to real questions without the fluff. So stay tuned for today's question.
Thomas was actually a walk-on, Matt. They just awarded him a scholarship prior to the start of the season.
All right, Full Ride Nation, we're back. So today's question kind of comment is more so of how good are you really? Now, what does that mean? So Mario posed this question. He said you probably need to do a video because from what he's seeing, people are a little bit delusional about how good they are. So what he asked me to touch up on is being good in your area. That matters, but the competition that you're going against, and I took some notes here because I got to go through a few things with everybody here so that we can get a clear understanding of what's going on. So just being good in your general area, that's just not enough. When you're out training, when you're out practicing, you got to practice for the people that you don't see. So you being an all-conference player in your district or all team, or I was going to say metro, but that's where I played in high school. So if you're just good in your general area, that's great. But the competition for you to play Division I or Division II is even more stiff because you're now competing against everybody basically globally. Because when I played junior college, when I played Division II, we had a guy on our team from Sweden. So I ran some numbers here, right? So we're gonna get into a few numbers because people think that it's easier than it is to make it. Now, it's easy, but it's hard. So what I mean by that is it's difficult because there's a lot of people competing for a small amount of positions. But it's easy if you stick with it, believe in yourself, and continue to practice and perfect your game, because a lot of people are not going to be willing to put in the work. So if you're willing to put in the work, it's going to be easier for you to make it than others, because a lot of people are looking for a shortcut. They're looking for a simple solution, and I just don't have those. All I got is hard work and dedication, like the great Floyd Mayweather says. And you're going to have to put the hard work and the dedication in to get to where you're going. A lot of people are not going to be willing to do that. They're not going to be willing to sharpen their game. They're not going to be willing to get better. So as long as you're one of those people that's willing to do that, the road is going to be slightly easy, but it's hard because you still have to put in the hard work. Everybody's not willing to do that. So let's take a few things. Let's look at these numbers. So there's like 363, don't quote me on the exact number, somewhere around that neighborhood of Division I basketball, of Division I colleges. And it's somewhere around that same number of Division II colleges. So we do 363, the number of colleges, and we multiply that by 12. That's the amount of given positions for all Division I basketball programs around the country. So that's 4,356 spots. So we're going to multiply that by 2 because this is going to account for D1 and D2. I'm not going to touch D3 and I'm not going to touch NAIA. We're just strictly talking D1 and D2. So when you multiply that by 2, that's 8,712 positions available. Now, also remember, so that's 8,712 positions available to play Division I and Division II nationwide. So globally, people are competing for 8,712 positions. But hang on, let's not forget, every school has freshmen, sophomore, juniors, and seniors. So every school is not graduating seniors, or they may graduate one person, or they may graduate 3. So we're going to drop that, we're going to cut that in half now, because to account for all of the people that are not graduating that are going to be returning players. So you're looking at 4,356 total positions that are available. That's Division I and Division II combined. And everybody wants to play major D1, the big time schools that go to the tournament year in and year out. We did a few numbers on that. So you take 64 teams make it to the tournament per year, times 12 players on the roster. That's 768 players in the tournament. Most teams only going to play an 8-man roster. So that's only 512 people that's actually going to see playing time in the NCAA tournament. So the question is, why are you bringing up all these numbers? I only bring this to you because I need you to understand that you're competing against people that are coming from all over the world to compete for the position and take the position of the person that's already currently at the school. So you have to understand that the competition is stiff. So just being good in your area, that ain't gonna cut it. When you're training every day, you need to train for that guy that's in California, that guy that's in New York, that guy that's in Texas, that guy that's in Florida, that guy that's in Indiana, that girl that's in Arizona, because all of that matters. I'm gonna tell you something else. You gotta test your game against other people. And so how do you test your game against other people to kind of see where you are? So a few things you can do. One that's free is you need to go just in your general state, or not state, but your general area. So if you live in Orlando, if you generally play people on the east side, play people on the west side, play people on the north side, play people on the south side, so that you can see all different kind of looks. Instead of getting that new video game, or getting that new pair of Jordans, or getting those shoes, tell your parents, hey man, send me to a basketball camp. Either send me to one local or send me to one out of state, so you can see people who come in from all over the country to these camps and play, so you can kind of get an idea of what you're looking at. Because when you get to college, people are going to be on your team from everywhere. See, in high school, you're only playing on a team with people in your district. In college, you're playing with people who are from all over the world, okay? And you want to make sure that your game travels. Now, what do I mean by your game travels? When I finished playing college, I used to play a lot of pickup. Kind of like what you see on these YouTube channels now, where these guys go around and they film themselves playing after they've graduated. That brings back memories. I used to do that. I used to do that, and I used to love it. But there was no YouTube, and it wasn't so easy to get a video camera. Boy, do I wish it was. But anyway, I used to play pickup with a guy. We played at the same park all the time. At the park, he was good. He was a pretty good player, you know, decent. We got into a men's league. And his game didn't look the same in the league as it did on the pickup court when we played pickup every day. I mean, playing pickup, he was a solid shooter, solid defender, solid rebounder, good handles. We got in the men's league. He was shooting the ball off the side of the backboard, behind the backboard. I said, hey, man. I said, so I see what the problem is. Your game is only good at Dove Park. It doesn't travel. You can't take your game away from Dove Park. If we get off Dove Park, your game is boo-boo. You don't want that to be you. You don't want that to be you. You want to make sure your game can travel no matter where you go, because every place you go, you're going to have different looks. So you have to look at it this way as well. Not only do you have to compete to get the scholarship and get on the team, that's one part of the equation. Now you got to get on the team and you got to compete to get playing time. And then you want to get playing time consistently. That's the second part of the equation. Now you have to compete against the other team that you're playing against, and you want to be efficient and be able to score on them. See, these are all different parts of the equation that you have to account for. So this is why you always have to be preparing for not what you can see, but what you can't see, because the other people are preparing for that. So are you prepared? I got to look at my notes. Because there was a lot thrown at me. Because, okay, so another thing that they brought up was all of the great players or the good players in one region. That's horse crap. Because like I said in another video, it's people in the NBA from New York, Florida, Texas, Indiana, all over the world. So don't get caught up in, well, the region I live in, I just got the best ballers, and if I can make it here, I can make it everywhere. No. That just doesn't work. No, sir. Don't get that in your mind. Always be looking to get your game better. Always be watching what's going on and continue to take your game to as many different places that you can locally, and even if you can, like I said, get into some camps that's local where they're gonna have people coming in and even say, hey mom, dad, I get it, I don't want the video game, put that away, don't want the shoes, don't want the clothes, I don't even want a Christmas present, all I want you to do is get me into this basketball camp in this different state so you can test your skill out against other people, and plus that'll also help you in your recruitment. So if it's a particular college that you're looking at and that you may want to go to, it only behooves you to go to a camp that they're having. So Full Ride Nation, you know, I kept you a little bit longer than I wanted, but I wanted to make sure I got this point out. Again, that comes from Mario. Full Ride Nation, you guys know the drill. Let's compete.